Hi, I'm Heather with Heather Lange Homes. It's a new month, so we have stats to look at. We're going to take a look at February compared to this last March first, and then we'll dive in and take a look at our first quarter stats, comparing that of this first quarter of 2023 to the first quarter of last year. So let's dive in with that. We've got the number of active homes in March increased by 16% from this time last month, going from 668 single-family homes in February to 773 homes in March. Inventory levels do continue to remain low, with buyers' demand being persistent, even with these higher interest rates. Pending listings went up by 16% from last month, and sold listings went up by 76%. The average days on market went down by 29%, which translates into 10 days less than that of February, with homes taking an average of 24 days to get into contract. Another sign that the spring market is beginning to heat up. This is further evidenced by seeing the average sales price for single-family homes rise by 9% from that of February, now sitting just above the 2 million mark. With the list to sales price ratio also up from that of February, reflecting winning bids now taking an average about 2% over the asking price. The average price per square foot also went up 8% from that of in February, now resting at $1,059 per square foot. We see the effect of buyers gobbling up that new inventory, with the month's worth of inventory having gone down by 37% from this time last month, now sitting just over a month's worth of inventory that's available. Now, with the 30-year conforming fixed mortgage rate, as noted by bank rate, that has improved a bit from February, now resting at the 6.48% at the end of March. That's what we saw. We did see mortgage rates come down after the aftermath of the Silicon Valley Bank collapse, and with the Fed being more conservative with his 25 basis point increase of the prime, rather than the more aggressive stance that we had been expecting him to take. It's still unclear as to whether Powell will raise the prime rate again in May, but there's this saying that says that the Fed raises rates until something breaks, and then it backs off. So we still have yet to see if the Silicon Valley Bank was that break. We'll see that when we get to May. As we turn to compare the first quarter of this year to that of the first quarter of last year, it is evidence that the market has made its shift from what we now consider, looking back to last year's first quarter, being the peak of the market. Although we do continue to experience low inventory, it is still up by 71% from this time last year. It was the combination of persistently low inventory coupled with incredibly cheap borrowing rates that fueled the escalation of sale prices to be the highest that we've seen them. And again, that was at the end of the first quarter of last year. Rates were 37% lower, or in other words, 1 3/4 of a point less than where the conforming fixed rate is now, going from that 4.73% at the end of March in 2022 to 6.48% at the end of this first quarter here in 2023. The overall average sales price has declined by 11% for single-family homes in Santa Clara County, and the average sales price per square foot declined by 25%, going from an average of $1,171 per square foot at the end of quarter one in 2022 to $1,013 per square foot at the end of this quarter here in 2023. The Bay Area market, housing market, has indeed cooled. but we can't really say that it's a buyer's market. Prices have indeed softened, yet not as far as we might have thought that they would go after 18 full months of interest rates rising. The resilience of the Bay Area market prices remain relatively propped up, and it seems to be really due to the lack of inventory. And this lack of inventory can be explained by possibly a couple of things. The unusually wet winter and spring that we experienced. Sellers may have been wanting to wait until the weather was nicer to show off their houses. Also very likely is that most and many homeowners who refinanced during the time when interest rates were between the 2 and 3% range are now less motivated to bring their houses to market. Many sellers are just holding onto their properties now or turning them into rentals and keeping them, since allowing them to realize a smaller mortgage due to those low interest mortgage refinances, they're just holding on to their properties. So we are seeing less inventory, and the market is being propped. Those prices are being propped up due to that right now. So nevertheless, buyers are adjusting to these higher rates, and they are out looking for properties and continuing to shop and strategize. Either they're going to negotiate now. There are strategies that buyers are negotiating with sellers when that becomes an opportunity. Asking sellers to help them with closing costs, and that is allowing them to buy down their rate for now. And also being strategic with making their purchase now with the plan to refinance once rates come down and once inflation is a bit more under control. Investors and buyers are also thinking that with the recent Silicon Valley Bank collapse, and with understanding and having that realization that banks are only insuring up to $250K deposits, that money is less safe, possibly, or feeling that way, along with the fact that, or they can't insure as much, that they're looking at other places where they can place their money. The stock market right now is also not it's not as fruitful as it has been in the past. So investors and buyers are realizing that real estate really is a good, safe place right now to be parking their money. If you are ready to take a look at making your next move, whether you are a seller or a buyer, reach out to me. I'm here to help you. I have strategic, diligent, and trustworthy advice to share with you. I've been having success with both my sellers and my buyers in this changed market. I can help you as well. I'll be here if you need me. My name is Heather with Heather Lange Homes. You can reach me at 408-207-3130 or heather@heatherlangehomes.com. I will be here next month to go through our April stats when they arrive. In the meantime, have a great start to spring and enjoy the nice weather that we're finally beginning to have. And I hope that you have a great start to April.